It began with 3 pillars, the foundation for UW Esports, pushing ourselves to greater heights.
Community.
Career.
Competition.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of Toronto Defiant Yakpung. Reminiscent of that, of just juggling everyone into the corner there.
Maybe that'll be the game changer here for UW.
Maybe. Oh my goodness! What an angle by Wizard!
Wow. What a shot.
Hello and welcome. Tonight is our UW Esports Game of the Week, featuring matches from our UW Esports team. So we're going to be starting off the night as we feature our Overwatch team in the new Collegiate Overwatch series. This is a matchup from this weekend, showcasing the UW Esports team against UT Dallas in a seeding round for the playoffs next week. Our esports programs seek to build and foster community, open doors to the vast career opportunities in the field of gaming, and promote the virtues of healthy competition. Through esports, we are able to communicate with each other, forming and developing digital communities so necessary in the challenging times we are facing. We hope you enjoy being a part of our community, and we invite you to get more involved. Follow us here or on our UW Esports Discord, as well as other social channels at U of WA Esports. Now to introduce ourselves, I'm andVid. I'm currently a sophomore at University of Washington, and I'll be one of your casters tonight.
And I am Nelson. I go by Panda Bear, whatever. I am a freshman at the UW, and I will be your second commentator for your Overwatch games. And, well, we're dealing with a seeding round here against UT Dallas, so technically it's not elimination, but, like, you know, you do like that favorable seeding, am I right?
Yeah, as the playoffs are just around the corner, it's starting to heat up. You know, things are starting to get a little bit more serious. Because if teams were working together, figuring out what's going on in previous games, now is the time to settle down and get ready for the playoff.
Right. And of course you do like that potential, like, quote unquote easier opponents with better seeding. Yeah. So we're going to go into it here against UT Dallas, and it looks like our first map is going to be Ilios.
Yeah.
And when I think of Ilios, I think Ilios in general caters well to the dive style that we know that UW loves to play so much, and we can see they're already starting to roll out this here with the Winston Zarya.
Yeah, Ilios is a great map for UW, just like you said. They love just jumping in and going crazy, and it's so we're really lucky that it gets played all the time. So we almost always have that advantage. But as the teams start to get closer and closer, fight is looking to break out here. So UW in red, they got Winston hopping in the back line. Diva goes to challenge him and immediately takes them out. UW is going to be a tough spot right here, but they have high ground. They're hoping to keep it. Tinspire tries to get up there and contest, but they still hold high ground.
That was an interesting play by the Mayday to boost up on the high ground and try to meet the dive while they're weak. But it doesn't. That specific play doesn't work out. But look at this. UT Dallas is established on the point with this Ryan Bap, all these characters with CC. It's going to be really hard for UW's divers to have an impact now that UT Dallas is established on this point.
Yeah, once UT Dallas got the pick on Mad Cow Disease, they decided maybe we don't even have to contest that high ground. Instead, we'll just go over to point. And they're holding it now and racking up time. And they just got a pick on Trivial and pushing back the rest of the UW as sleep goes on the Diva, but it's not enough to make anything out of it.
Skullx already has an Matrix. Okay, granted, Matrix charges pretty quickly. As actually, that might be a pretty important pick coming on as UT Dallas's Lucio goes down, but the ultimates are going to, in general, favor UT Dallas defending this point here, and this is going to buy a ton of space here.
Yeah, Mad Cow Disease on the roof, trying to see if something's gonna, I don't know what he's waiting for, but ult gets popped up, nothing really found, but UW loses another pick. UW has been the one losing the picks.
Look how much Mad Cow has to respect all of this CC. It's so hard for him to go in and get value. Big Anti comes out, but the sound barrier's there.
And the Graviton was committed. It didn't find any real value. They hid everybody behind a wall, so they couldn't get picked off. And as the fight starts dropping here, they got a Diva kill on Stealth Ninja, and UW losing a few more people.
Okay, but that's the Reinhardt down, and that's a big part of the frontline defense gone here. And the picks are starting to come in for University of Washington, finally managing to break the very defensive composition that the UT Dallas brings brought to the table. But Arrow, he just brings it right back with 2 picks of his own.
Oh man,
it's not decided.
Arrow saved the fight there. UW got 3 picks like right in a row, and Arrow turned it right around. Cleared nearly the entire point.
Oh, these are nasty shots. Oh my gosh. Give this guy an owl contract, please.
Man, take it out during the high noon. Yeah, Arrow has a hot pistol. He was going crazy that round, especially near the end. He saved that last delay. The match could have gone on for maybe another minute or 2.
Right, clutch plays coming out there to keep the fight alive when the UT Dallas's front line was looking like it was going to fall over. That's the clutch plays you need to be able to win games at the Overwatch Collegiate Series. Now we're going on to Ruins, where, well, Ruins tends to play very differently due to the very long sight lines on this map, but right now it looks like neither team is going to pull Ashe, Widow, Hanzo, nothing like that, and so it's gonna be very much the same as we saw in the first point on Lighthouse.
Yeah, UW tried to get some high ground initially.
Well,
but
actually,
really
I take that back. Look at that Macau. He's on the Reinhardt. Maybe there's a concession that maybe dive isn't going to work against this McCree, but McCree May here.
Well, if UW is done with dive, they're going to be trying brawl here, so get ready to see some of that action. They're immediately going to the fight kind of on the corner of the point. First pick goes over to taking out UW, and yeah, they lose Nathros, but they trade it with Louis on the Reinhardt. There goes another trade. They got both their DPS gone.
Here's the thing, though. The Reinhardt is so important in this brawl versus brawl matchup there. Even though UT Dallas gets some picks in compensation, the Reinhardt going down for UT Dallas was enough. They weren't able to hold on to their space without the Reinhardt. So UW, they're going to be able to get the reflip, and UT Dallas only gets 13%.
Yeah, although UT Dallas kept the point the entire time last round, when they lost their Rein, it was really close to switching over. So
watch this nano boost probably on the Rein here this fight. I think Mag's going to look for that pretty soon now. And Lucio?
Immortality shield is finally taken down so people can start dropping, but there's a lot of heals going back here. Max has to go back, get the pack. There goes the Graviton. It gets walled off, protecting the people stuck in there. And as it goes down, people are free to brawl around. It looks like UW is taking the lead with 2 picks on the board. They took out that essential Reinhardt, and so now the rest of the team is going to have to either fall back or get left behind.
That interesting turn in events. So Mags accidentally nanos the Lucio. I mean, at least I presume it's an accident. As generally you want to
hope so.
nano the Rein there. It turns out it doesn't matter. Grav comes down and it puts the Reinhardt in a tough spot. The ult of utility needs to go up and to keep the Reinhardt up, and then all the damage comes in after to clean it up. Early Deadeye, it mostly gets nullified by the May wall.
I mean,
but look at all these
maybe?
ultimates. Look at all these ultimates available for UT Dallas as the bomb goes in, buy space, Trivia's already down.
And Louis just around the corner. He's really the heart of this team, and he's got ult, so he's getting low, gets an antied, but is able to survive under this Immortality shield, which immediately gets taken down, but it doesn't matter. The rest of his team is there to pat his back.
That's mostly an ult difference there, and actually, T-Inspire is already halfway to another bomb, which we did see come out at the very start of that fight, but the utility is still looking pretty good for UT Dallas. They're going to have 2 support ults and a Shatter, and there's only maybe a Pulse Bomb and Nano Boost available for University of Washington, and interesting rotation here.
Looks like they go off of the stealth play where they kind of went around the map to the point, and so now they can fight at least on point. Arrow gets slept behind the window. That's really unfortunate. Trib with his pulse bomb, getting ready to place it somewhere, finds his target.
Good
places
eat.
it. Doesn't get any kills off of it, but that's all right. Looks like UW is losing a few of their picks. That goes.
They don't have a Rhine though, and now it's kind of what we said. But now against the University of Washington, but they commit the grab, and the anti is good, and they're gonna get 2 more picks, and this is looking promising. But the barrier goes down to keep everyone up here.
Man, let's see. They won the point, but they never got to recap it. That's pretty interesting. UT Dallas was able to get back on point. They commit a debuff bomb right there, but shield is right next to there. They still take Nathros, even though the shield is right against it.
I can't say I like the bomb investment there. It doesn't really buy the percentage that they're looking for, and now that's one less ultimate you have for this final fight on this point. Great. It looks like that Team Inspire is going to have swap over to the Wrecking Ball anyway. But that was an ultimate you might have liked to have had for this last fight here.
Yeah, last few seconds, so this has to be the last fight unless they can switch it over. High noon to buy time, but it's not going to find any kills with everybody behind shields. But the rest of the team is able to get some damage out, get some picks out, and as UT Dallas is forced onto point, they can't really be picky with positioning, and UW takes advantage of that.
Yeah, so that's a point where I guess the Wrecking Ball comes out to ensure that you get the point touch there. And I guess it makes sense. But then you know that UW, they're going to have a Deadeye, and you basically have nothing to deal with it at all. You saw the Reinhardt had to just stand on point and just take it, hold up shield, and, well, you know, fully charged Deadeye will just instantly delete your shield, and the Reinhardt is going to fall without it. And that's just really tough that UT Dallas were zoned off except for the Reinhardt who had to stay to touch, right? And so that was a very tough situation to be in at the end, as now we're going to go on to the Boop map.
Yeah, going to this game, it's like UT Dallas has a slight edge because that first one was they just cleaned it. And the second one was a lot more contesting, so it was 100% and 90% that last capture point.
That being said, this map is much more wide open and it's harder for a Reinhardt more bunkery style to establish themselves on this point. There isn't like an obvious place to just set up there. But Mad Cow, he takes a lot of damage from the McCree. He's gonna go down again. That's a large part of his dive gone, and UW's gonna find staying power a little difficult here. Large bio though, hits 3.
Yeah, I'm seeing kind of deja vu to that first Winston kill at the beginning, but this time it might be a little bit different because UW was able to capture the point.
But okay, the Amp Matrix goes down, but the re-engage contest is good for the University of Washington. Oh dear, that's just a fully charged Daria that's just mowing people down, and in spite of how that looked at the beginning, that you saw that there's the really big difference between this and the last. Before in the first point, that was
man!
What
Oh my gosh, that's a boop for the books. Booped and stunned and nanoed all at the same time.
But now that's a pretty large grab, and Immo isn't gonna be able to save you against all of that, as that's gonna be a Deadeye to just force everyone off. Still gets the Reinhardt.
Yeah, with that SME ultimate right there, Reinhardt couldn't do anything to defend himself really, so he's taking a bunch of damage from one side. Not much he could do, so he just gets taken out.
Now, UTW, they currently have point control, but UW, they're able to continue contesting as we're ticking above 30% now for the University of Washington. That's a large opening, 2 picks actually. The support play is really going down as Skolix picks up 3 to start that. Crazy BAP plays.
Man, in the background, I don't know if you noticed that Nathros got another sick pop right into the...
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not enough to swing that here. As now UT Dallas is going to have 40%, and 4 and close to an Earth Shatter as well, as Nazo. Gotta be a little careful there, my boy. But they're gonna be finding her going, and wow, that's a very interesting opening pick that Trivia manages to find there onto Blank, and that's the large part. The dive resistance gone as that's a huge anti.
It gets kind of canceled off by the Lucio boost, but it's still a big disadvantage of them, and UW is able to notice that and pick up on that and take 2 picks out. Now Trip trying to go around here. Even though UW didn't have the ult advantage, they still made that anti count as an ult almost.
Right, it forces out the sound barrier from Kinetic, and that's an ultimate then that you don't say, okay, we can just wait this out a little bit because you were forced to use it. Now we can engage on our own terms when you don't have it. Not to mention that the May was out of the picture from UT Dallas, and that equates to a fight win, and we're ticking to equal percents here now. University of Washington with point control currently, but that's a pretty good wall that isolates the Zarya.
They lost their Arrow, who's been doing a bunch of the work earlier. They lose their May, which is also pretty tough for Dallas, but it's not one-sided. Both teams are losing right now.
But right now, UW doesn't have a support alive. Mags is running back, but that might not matter here as even though Madcow goes down, the front line from UT Dallas also is down, and that means that even though there's no healing available for UT Dallas, this is going to be a very rushed fight for UT Dallas, trying to hold us on. That is a good start, though.
Oh man, rushed indeed. They immediately capped it. Like as soon as they walked onto it, UW just gave it up.
That was an interesting non-engagement. I guess it's because you still have some respawners. Okay. Okay, Louis. Okay. You didn't have to do that to my boy, man. Just solo shatters, and that's actually a pretty good solo shatter. Otherwise, because now the points ticking up 95%. There could be a Mabel that just completely denies the touch here. Okay, Trivia does get it. Stealth Ninja's down. That means there's no grab. Now there's no tanks.
Man, the arrow ult too. Just as soon as they walked over the corner, immediately got the pick. He was trying to keep them back there. And like you said, the people with the ults, they immediately got picked out. Those are the people they needed to stay alive, and they went out first.
That shattered there, that just secures the Winston pick there. Like, it looks kind of silly. It looks kind of disrespectful as a solo shatter, right? But what that does is that even though Winston comes back quickly, it's not quick enough. And so it's only the Zarya that's able to go touch point there at that very last fight. And because the Zarya has to touch, the D.Va knows that the grab is probably up, and so the call is, I'm going to be ready to defense matrix this grab, while we know that the front line, which is only the Zarya, has to just come up and touch, and because the Zarya has no protection, they're able to secure the pick, and the grab is never going to be able to come out. Like, even if Stealth Ninja gets the grab off, it's going to probably get eaten anyway. That's really good calls from UT Dallas.
Yeah, UT Dallas has been a really good challenger both those rounds. And Mad Cow Disease, although I've seen what he can do on Winston before, this game, just not it. He's been going down at just really unlucky times. Yeah,
it's kind of a composition thing that is, generally speaking, hard to play Winston into the CC, and we had Arrow and Blank on the McCree and May, and those heroes both soft counter Winston due to the availability of CC, right? And with both of them, diving was really difficult, especially on that first point on Lighthouse. We saw how difficult it was for University of Washington to challenge point once the brawl / bunker comp got established on point. And that was Lighthouse, and to a lesser degree the I sound crazy now, but
you're good. I'm following.
It's being able to nullify the dive that University of Washington is so comfortable with. UT Dallas, they're putting up a really good fight here.
Yeah, I think UW was able to kind of counter their style by matching it with their own Mad Cow Reinhardt. I guess they forgot about it and went straight back to dive.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think dive works at least better in theory on well. Like, if I could point out, we had a story of two very different first fights on well versus Lighthouse. Yeah, Lighthouse, where first picks are both in favor of a I believe University of Washington, if I recall correctly, but the staying power on Lighthouse was so much because Lighthouse is such an enclosed a space where Brawl Bunker is really strong. On well, it wasn't so much, but still, UT Dallas able to make it work. As we're looking at our second map now, and it looks to be Eichenwald. And Eichenwald, I would say that the first point is kind of tough to do dive on.
Yeah, there's the big archway that's kind of like just a gate. If Reinhardt can go and set his shield up there, nothing's going through. So
Right. I think we're going to jump into it now, and we're going to see just how these teams are going to approach Eichenwald here. Looks like we're going to have University of Washington starting on the offense here. And right now, I agree with this call to play to Rhinosaur, assuming that this is actually what they're going to go here. The Winston would be tough here, especially on this first point, which doesn't favor dive that much. Winston, I say, is great on the second point on this map, but you need to go through the first to get to the second. So Reinhardt it is.
Yeah, I was surprised that was the only player they changed too. I was more of expecting a more like whole team shift, but I think
I mean, Mags is on the BAP. He was on the Ana earlier.
Oh, true.
We're gonna have the Brawl come in, and in theory, UW's pure brawling power should be stronger with the Zarya as opposed to the D.Va. So look for a more aggressive brawl from the University of Washington. Lamp's already forced.
Yeah, something needs to get that charge and keep it going in order for UW to get the advantage here. And it looks like the two Ryans are kind of they're both just kind of poking around. UT Dallas is able to take out Mad Cows.
Great team coordination there. That was a big wall.
And Louis is already starting to get a lot of ult charge. He's nearly 80%, 77 right now. You could see that coming out pretty early.
And you see how much University of Washington has to respect the May choice on defense here. Like, UW, the Mad Cow, he just, that's the Fire Strike. That's the 200 damage Fire Strike, and it's just gonna one-shot you. And that's the support's gone, and this fight's over. I just want to talk about that again. UW has to respect the May here, because UW wants to go out aggressive with the, in theory, Strawler Brawl that they have here. But when the May always has a threat, I can just cut off your Reinhardt if you take one step out of line. UW has to play so much more carefully, and in some sense, that means that this D.Va as opposed,
oh my God.
What a shatter! What a combo! We saw the flashbang go down on the Reinhardt, which means that Mad Cow for a moment can't hold up his shield, and then Louis slams the hammer. It hits, I think, 5 or something like that, and oh no, Trivia's going to be a sad tracer on Zlosum. Please, yeah, he's going to die here. That's actually going to be quite the stagger here. I don't think UW should fight this.
They were going on an Easter egg hunt, but didn't find any. But it looks like UW was able to get finally past the gate. So now that they're fighting on point, they lose their Mad Cow again. So it's looking kind of dim, but they do have this SME. Deadeye doesn't find anything. Everybody's hiding behind rocks. But Triviab is back. So in case you missed him, Arrow has his own Deadeye, but he's going to be trying to find that Tracer.
Right. Now the grab is up now, but there are 5 check marks for UT Dallas, and so I don't think this fight is good, even if you get a good grab here, because you can drop the sound barrier, drop like maybe a wall or something. There's the grab, but the sound barrier is there to counter.
All the ults are being thrown out there. There goes UT Dallas's Blizzard, which takes out Mad Cow and he's just having an unlucky day. Unlucky game.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if the Blizzard was exactly necessary, but it might not matter here as Nacer's oh dear just gets Fire Strike and Trip. These are some brutal staggers here, and now we're ticking down towards 30 seconds remaining. There's still 3 ultimates available, both tank ults and the Deadeye. And UW's running kind of low here. Deadeye's gonna be up soon. They tried it again with McCree on the high ground putting the stun, but it doesn't work this time, and Louis actually gets run over.
No, it doesn't. UW's going crazy. They made it past the checkpoint, and they just started going ham because almost all those previous games, they were getting shut down as soon as they went under that bridge. But this time, when they got on, they started throwing a bunch of damage out and was able to survive just long enough to get out there and get face to face with UT Dallas, where they could do their damage.
Yeah. Props to Stealth Ninja and Nathros there for saving that. The UT Dallas, they go for that same play again, where Arrow sits on the high ground, tosses a flashbang onto Macau, and look for the shatter there. But Stealth Ninja, he's aware of that at the second time around, and he stays back, being able to bubble the Reinhardt to prevent that plan from going through. This fight, though, may not be their fight.
Man. UW was looking so good, but UT Dallas reminds them how the rest of the game was going.
Yeah. And this is going to be the time where I might consider the composition swap here, where the dive would be very good at contesting this otherwise free high ground there. As Magos Shield is just gonna get peppered down here, even more so with this amp matrix. UW's gonna choose to respect it.
That window on top of the high ground lets them see nearly everything. You just gotta kind of run and hide if you want to survive there.
Oh.
And Mad Cow throws down his shatter, doesn't really find anything, and immediately gets picked off.
That being said, there is a grab, and actually Tribute now on the May, he gets the isolation onto Louis, and that's going to be the Reinhardt down now.
They got a Blizzard to try to keep everybody off point, but they're still staying alive. I mean, UW is losing a few of their members. Okay, they lost another member, but they're still getting their own kills. Arrow was going around grabbing picks, but not enough to stay alive.
It's really scrappy here. It's just a few players. Everyone's running back to respawn. This baby diva might not last for too long, or we get the charge now. I think UW wins this though due to slightly closer respawns.
Yeah, I think they were able to kind of push them away from point just enough to get at least moving. They didn't do a full team wipe, but they were able to get them off point. So they're making some progress here.
But that pick hurts with 20 seconds remaining. Mad Cow on the ball, goes down. Tank presence gonna be super low here. Louis, he can feel comfortable taking all of the space, and UW is hard pressed to deal with it. Gotta pull some ults now, and there are a few available for both sides.
Oh man, they got 2 picks. The Blizzard goes up, but there's nobody to even do anything about it, even though Tin Spire on the Diva was frozen. They put a high noon out there, but it's like right in front of them. They just turn around and shut it down. There goes Mad Cow. Got ult, even though he was on a hamster for not that long, but overtime takes down. You know what I think it is? I think UW just doesn't like gates. They've been dying underneath every single gate. There's that first bridge where you have to go underneath. They lost maybe 3 fights right outside of it. They were losing right outside that the big fence area, and that final one, Escort, is right underneath the gate.
Right, and UT Dallas, they know how to play around these choke points with Ryan Diva, and the job of the Diva, at least on that second point, is that Diva's the one that's responsible for keeping tabs on the card, making sure they can't get too much free card progress, and that's something that you can do. Just drop down as Diva, contest a little bit, shoot your little guns, and then fly back up. I don't know why I said it that way, but don't question it. And then you also have Reinhardt and McCree synergy there that they pulled in. That's getting a loss of value. You have the May walls from Blank, which have been superb. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and right now UT Dallas Yeah, maybe they got a little bit eager, not anticipating UW would probably adapt to the second attempt at Flash Shatter. But other than that, UT Dallas has been pretty flawless. They just know what they're doing, know what their win conditions are, and now they're going to be on offense. And I'm interested to see trivia on the Junkrat.
Yeah, I don't know, but like you were talking about that May, Blank was getting their walls were so good. They're freezing just the right targets, getting those tanks out there. Blank has been a huge part of UT Dallas winning this fight, and there goes a wall just gotta block them off so they can get more space, I guess. But they give them the space instead. They go back around the corner. They go back almost to the spawn. Are they returning to spawn? They lose their Louis.
I mean, Skullix goes down early, which is the primary source of healing there. And, okay, I understand the Junkrat pick here. It makes sense that if the enemy team's going to be running Brawl, you play a spam and wear down their resources before they can even get to you. That makes sense. So now we're looking at hopefully a fight in which Skullix doesn't get picked early. And the thing is, they're going to speed on point, and now this Junkrat might get a little less value as Mad Cow goes down to the wall again.
Yeah, they're putting that wall just to kind of get the rest of the team caught up. But now that they're all caught up, it's fighting time. Arrow gets a pick before getting immediately traded out by SME. Blank is back here again, getting those ice pulls. Not using the freeze button, just kind of tapping heads. They got Blizzard already here. They got a window right here. It was Skrillex trying to crouch and get some damage, but the Rhine finds a Mad Cow. So the rest of his team comes. UT Dallas doesn't let their healers alone. They hear them and go and protect them. And Blank get another pick on that Mad Cow.
UW come in speed, and I don't know about this decision here. It doesn't really force anything from UT Dallas, and that's one less ultimate you have on what's potentially the last fight. As Tribute gets picked, but he should be able to come back now because the card does have to wait at the gate there. But UT Dallas, they're going all aggression here, and they're going to get the picks to justify that. And, well, okay, they do get a D-Mech and a pick onto Arrow, but I don't think this is going to matter here. UT Dallas is going to just take control of the high ground here, and that's something that UW are going to have a harder time using on the re-aggression on defense. Now, the card actually isn't moving right now. Oh, okay, it's because it's waiting at the gate. Okay. I thought I was crazy a little bit. Hello, this is an objective-based game. UW have 5 ultimates. UT Dallas have 6. It's going to be an explosive fight as we have a Deadeye to start this out.
There goes a hammer down. There's another high noon. All the icons are lighting up. Everybody's using ult right here, and people are just going crazy. Tire gets thrown in there, and UW lands up on top. That was crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but that's kind of a paired victory. That's a fight that you're totally okay with losing on for UT Dallas, because 5 ultimates go down for University of Washington in comparison to only 2 for UT Dallas. And now UT Dallas, this is a fight that they're looking to win and close out this series. Just end it all right here with a good Blizzard and maybe one the tank ultimate. Looks like we're gonna get a wraparound here to contest the high ground.
Oh, window
big
goes
early
up.
pick,
the rest of the team gets walled off and throws a Blizzard that at least takes out Mad Cow disease, if not more. They put down the Lucio ult to get everybody's high hopes up, puts the Diva Bomb right there. Doesn't find any kills, but it doesn't matter. They push them into the corners, and now they can go and collect their rewards. Trip here on point to kind of deal with that May, but sorry, the rest of the team is there too. Arrow helping out his May, but
this is I can't stress enough just how good of a May player that Blank is. Even though the first pick onto Arrow goes down for University of Washington, but that's a massive shatter. But there is an MO there, and so that's not gonna actually can get the value that they're hoping for. But that's a big support down right now. There's only Kinetic now to feed heals for the University of Washington, and that recontest has actually worked out in the end.
Yeah, I guess losing their Lucio was the final straw. They said, you know what? maybe tomorrow. But they have time. They still have a 1 minute 45 right now. So nothing
Right.
to worry about for them.
So this is a fight where maybe you're looking to just build ultimates here, because right now, UTD, they invested everything into winning that last fight. Here's the tire, though, and let's see where this is going.
It's just kind of
It's
climbing
going,
walls,
wrapping
doing some parkour
around.
before finding the
Just
team. They
throw
get
the
in there
wall.
behind the
They
shield and
get
take. Oh my!
three! They get 3! Trivia! Make sure that that's the one fight that can't go to the way of UT Dallas, and now they're going to just go aggro, try to get the DMAC. They don't actually get it, which actually will probably mean a lot of support ultimate charge going over to UT Dallas. That might finish charging Amp Matrix here. But we're dry on both sides. We're still dry on basically both sides now.
Yeah, that Riptire was really good because they knew exactly where they're going from last time. So even though they knew where they were, the Riptire kind of still went around, bought some time, had them kind of sweat a little bit before finally going in, and they found 3 kills.
But now we're looking at last fight territory, and some ultimates are finally starting to come online, and now there's actually 3 check marks for UT Dallas. This grab had better be good for Stealth Ninja. Shatter gets blocked, but there's 3 ultimates all going on at once. If you're frozen, you can't run from a Deadeye. And now this is going to be so tough for the University of Washington. UT Dallas, they're looking so secure. They look like they have this point. The Deadeye is going to get canceled. And Matrix... great
right
match.
under their noses, man.
Man, University of Washington just couldn't handle it there at UT Dallas. Crazy brawl play. Like, oh my god. Like, I know we don't really hand out a player of the match here, but if I could, it's going to Blake for certain. Like,
yes, sir.
oh
Here
my
you go,
god,
Blake. Have fun with it.
Oh, mad value. Just showing just how you can get those wall splits, and like the wall comes up, and when that's up, the UT Dallas is already aggressing onto the Reinhardt. They're controlling the engagement, and right when Mad Cow wants to retreat, or right when he needs help from his team, that's when he can't get it. The wall's up, and it's just amazing play. And then the Blizzard coordination in that last fight in particular, get the Blizzard down, you get the Deadeye as well, and so the Deadeye is going to pick up 2 with the help of the Blizzard. I mean, there's also great plays all around, but like specifically like Arrow, great coordination with the tank lineup, and oh man, that was an amazing series to watch. Kind of close at the end, but UW in the end, they're going to get overwhelmed 2-0 in favor of UT Dallas.
Yeah, just as like you were mentioning, you're kind of going through the list. Like UT Dallas has some really good players. Louis was kind of the heart of the whole time. Whenever he was taken out, the rest of the team either had to fall back or just kind of, bite the dust. And so Louis was kind of the heart of the team there. Arrow was getting a bunch of picks. He won some fights like all by himself. Where if you look at the board, like 4 kills, 3 kills.
Yeah.
Repeatedly too. It wasn't just a one-off chance. And Blank was consistently memeing or trolling or putting up the wall to separate the team. Just a complete nuisance, which is what May is supposed to do. He did such a good job with that. And Kinetic on the heels with that Lucio, they got some good bops, and they were always
good
there to
feeds as well, not to mention to force the aggression onto the Mad Cow on the Ryan as well. The speed in, Mad Cow's not able to get away with the wall to his back.
Yeah.
Great plays. Now, that will end it for the Overwatch section of today's broadcast. However, we do have some exciting Rocket League ahead of us in just 5 minutes against I believe it's Ball State. Yes, Ball State. Just getting confirmation from our producers. But yeah, we're gonna look for that in 5 minutes, and we're just gonna swap out here. So until the next Overwatch, this is going to be Panda and
andVid. Yeah, thank you for coming in and watching with us. Happy
Yeah,
Easter.
thank you for watching, and we'll have Rocket League for you in just about 5 minutes.
See you then.